Welcome to our second session on the workshops on the eve of World Mental Health Awareness Day, which is on 10th.
Yeah. Thank you, Professor Reddy Garu and also Ramadevi. Now, the topic for today is rational emotive therapy. One of the peculiarities of the human brain is it has got two hemispheres, the right hemisphere and the left hemisphere. And I am happy that Dr. Sudhakar Reddy is here, neurologist. So they have got different functions. The left hemisphere deals with data, rationality, logic, and which is essential for human living. At the same time, on the right hemisphere deals with emotions like anxiety, anger, aggression, worry, sex, etc. When right and left hemisphere they work in synchronization, the person will have peace of mind. Otherwise, their behavior will be affected, their thought will be affected, their feelings will be affected, and they can do crazy things which others cannot understand. All of a sudden, somebody jumps off a building, commits suicide, or somebody kills somebody else. Okay, all these things happen because they are dominated by the emotion, and the rationality has been subdued because there is excessive blood flowing to the right hemisphere, which is having the upheaval of certain emotions, not negative emotion, but I would say aggression. Courage, if it exceeds a limit, it becomes aggression. Modesty, shyness, if it exceeds the limit, it becomes anxiety. And then depression, in the same way, if it is to some extent, a person can worry, but if it crosses a limit, then the person gets into depression, leads to sleeplessness, and ultimately commits suicide. So the rational emotive therapy deals with regulating and balancing the flow of blood as well as the functioning of the right and left hemisphere in synchronization with each other. And that is rational emotive therapy. There are many authors who have written books in this. For example, Albert Ellis is an expert who is still alive and he is in US. And Anger, How to Live with and Without It is one book which is available even in the station bookstalls. So psychologists can buy the book and go through the book. How to Anger, How to Live with and Without It. Okay, now I am going to give few examples of how to use rational emotive therapy. It starts with a story. A young man was walking very fast towards the Brahmaputra river, which is the only male river which is highly ferocious than any other river. And his intention is to go and jump into the river and commit suicide. On the banks of the river, a sadhu is sitting, and he clearly understands that this man is going there to commit suicide. So he intervenes. He becomes a therapist, rational emotive therapist. He plays the role. The rational emotive therapy can be offered by anybody, including lawyers and doctors, physicians, and psychiatrists and psychologists. And the sadhus also can do it. Any elderly person can do it. Or in other words, making the person to come to his or her own senses. Otherwise, they are going to do something nonsense. So he calls this young man, "Hello, young man, you come here." The young man is disturbed. He looks at the sadhu and says, "No, I won't come." Because he's on a mission to commit suicide. So he says, "I won't come." But he says, "You will please come for a minute, just a minute. Then you can go." So this is where the catch is. The therapist says, "Just come here, then you can go." Then he doesn't feel that it's an interference on his mission towards the Brahmaputra. So he says, "Okay, I will continue my mission and I would like to see what this man is going to tell." So he comes to the sadhu. That means he has started thinking and he is able to control his emotion of running into jumping into the river. So he is able to apply brakes because of the intervention of the sadhu. He comes to the sadhu and with anger he is asking, "Why the hell you have called me? What right you have got? I do not know you. Why are you disturbing me? I am on a mission." Then he says, "I know you are on a mission to go and commit suicide." Then he is shocked. "How do you know that I am going to commit suicide?" I thought, I guessed, it's all right. Now, I want to tell you one small information. The information is like this. The king of the country is on the deathbed. So the young man gets still more angry and says, "I don't care about anybody in the world, including my parents, my lady love. I don't bother about my property. I just don't care. Why are you telling me about the king and he is in the deathbed?" Then he says, "No, no, I am telling because the Raja Vaidyas have told the king that he has got both the eyes lost. He can donate one eye, then he'll be able to manage by seeing things. So just one eye is required. Whoever donates, they will get 10,000 gold coins for donating one eye." Then this man starts thinking, one eye and $10,000 gold coins. After all, I'm going to die. So why not? I give one eye and get 20,000 gold coins or 10,000 gold coins. So he has developed a desire. He started thinking. He became like a businessman. Okay. Earlier, he simply wanted to jump headlong into the river and commit suicide due to whatever reason, maybe business loss or insult or a love affair lost, whatever. Now, again, the sadhu is telling not only that he has lost all his teeth. So, if we give the teeth, 4 teeth, that is enough because he can munch and eat food. For every tooth which is donated for transplantation, you will get 5 lakh gold coins for each tooth. Maybe you can give even 8 and you can be comfortable with that. You can donate. Then also he says his kidney has failed. So one kidney can be given, which will cost 50,000 gold coins. And a man can live without a single kidney without any difficulty. Then he was fully listening. The young man was listening. Then he said, not only that, the king has got bed sore because of lying down in the bed for several months. So surgeons say he needs plastic surgery and the skin can be grafted by some young man's thighs, the inner thigh, every centimeter of the skin which is donated can save his life, and each centimeter you will get 5,000 gold coins. And the young man started asking me a question: what is the total amount? That means he started thinking he has become avaricious, and he was thinking practically how to get the money and how to donate some parts of his body before he dies. Then the sadhu said, I don't remember, you better calculate. Then he started calculating 20,000 plus 10,000 plus 5,000 gold coins into 10, etc. Then he said, oh, this is the total. Come on, let us go to the king's palace. Please lead me to the king's palace. And both of them started walking towards the king's palace. On the way, the sadhu asked him, I want to ask you just one question, please. The young man said, don't disturb me, because he is on a mission to donate his organs and to get a lot of money, and he wants to become rich. Now, he said, don't disturb. No, just please, just do one question, and then we can go. He stopped the young man. And he said, what nonsense you are talking? What is your question? Then the old man said, you see, you will lose one eye and 8 teeth, one kidney, and then a few centimeters of your skin in the thighs, inner thigh. And do you think you will not get infected with all this? You may become weak and you may get a lot of money, but ultimately you may die a premature death. So is it really worth donating to the king and getting a lot of riches? Then the young man started thinking. The whole trick in the emotional therapy, rational emotive therapy, is to explain the logic and make the person to start thinking, analyzing, and concluding on his own or her own. Then he said, suddenly he turned away and started walking on the opposite side. Then the sadhu called him, what is it? You are not going to the palace, you are not going to donate your vital organs and then get a lot of gold coins. He said, no, do you think I am a fool of an ass? To donate my one eye, I will become blind. Okay, and then I may get infected. With one kidney, how long I can live, I don't know. So what is the use of money? I don't want gold coins. I am hale and healthy as a youth. So I don't want to die. I want to live and enjoy life. And he went away. Okay, this may be a story when we tell, but what is happening is there is a very active, dynamic interaction between the therapist, the client, and the attitude of trying to commit suicide changes to the attitude of enjoying life and living long. That shift is happening. It is based on logic. Sometimes it's a simple logic. Okay, so the psychologist should learn about logical thinking. Okay, reductive and inductive thinking and examples of cases, etc. You can read Theory of Knowledge book, which used to be prescribed for UG students long back, half a decade back. They used to prescribe the book. It may be there in the libraries, or you can talk to the philosophy department people. Book on logic, any book for that matter. Then it explains, starts thinking, and the emotional response is restricted, and the life can be saved. This is one example, but I have applied it in treating quite a few cases. And in one case, one of the young girls, she came and said, I am undergoing a lot of torture in my life. My parents are not there. I'm living only with my elder brother. And then he is not treating me well, and I want to commit suicide. She told me point blank. And I was the therapist, and she comes and declares her decision to commit suicide. So what would I say? Usually people say, don't commit suicide. Okay, it is not wise. You are young, you have a great future, and all that. That is known to the girl. Okay, that is known to anybody. I told her, anyway, you have decided to commit suicide. Okay, I don't want to change your thought. What I suggest is, let us go to a corporate hospital nearby and then give it in writing that you are going to donate one kidney, a healthy kidney, and they will give you 10 lakhs for that kidney. And they will get it from the beneficiary and give it to you 10 lakhs. And with that 10 lakhs, you can do many things. But in case you are not interested in using that 10 lakhs, please hand it over to me. I will donate it to Rotary International so that somebody somewhere in the world will be benefited by a project, Rotary project. When I said this, and as you know, the girl has become wild. She got angry and shouted at me, are you a psychologist? You are trying to sell my kidney and make money out of it. Who knows? You may give it to Rotary or you may eat it away. Okay. Now, different emotions are there. Selfishness is there. She wants to make the money and not give it to anybody else. And usually, people who are considering suicide, they are highly selfish, egoistic, and they are not bothered about anybody in the world, including the parents, and they hate everybody, including themselves. Okay, they are the great haters. I won't say they are cowards, but they are the brimming with hatredness. So she looked at me, scolded me. I simply kept quiet. I did not smile because I was very serious about this. Anyway, I told Lata, now you come with me to the department. I was meeting her at my residence, in the quarters, university quarters. I said, let us go to the university. There is a medical camp where they are collecting blood, and I am one of the regular blood donors. So I want to give blood to the hospital. So you can come and watch how my blood is given. And in case you are interested, you can also give blood. He said, no, I don't want to give any blood. Okay, anyway, you simply watch. So I went there, I lied down, I offered my blood. Then after some time, she started asking, can I also give blood? So the transformation comes, the compassion comes, the desire to do something for others, to do charity, caring for others, all these things start coming because there is a modeling. Seeing the therapist giving blood, brain says, you also give blood. Okay. Then I said, you go and check with the doctor who is in charge. And the doctor said she cannot give blood because she was pale and tired. So they said, you have to take more food and pick up more weight and then come back. After a couple of months, you can donate blood. Then she was all in sadness. Sir, they are refusing to take my blood. And they say I am unhealthy. Okay. Then I said, don't worry, eat good food. After 2 months, you will give blood. Now, by giving blood, she understands that my blood can give life to somebody. Okay. So now I am living. Why should I die? I can continue to live. I can continue to change my style of life, grow, and become happier. And more than anything else, I can be helpful to people, at least by way of periodic blood donation. I can save somebody's life, not the relative's life, but a person who is not known to me. So blood may go from one place to another place and save somebody. And in the process, she has become altruistic. Pro-social behavior has developed, and she did not consider suicide, and her life was saved. So you can draw a parallel between the sadhu story and my example. And this is one way in which you can help people to come out of the problem. Okay. Any question or observation are welcome. RET is nothing but making the person to think. Otherwise, they are emotional and foolish. And based on that decision, they will spoil their life or they will spoil the life of the other people around, like husband or wife or children. They may suddenly become emotional and resign a job like that. They can become disastrous to themselves. So they can be saved by rational emotive therapy. So this is the example. Any question or observation? You are welcome.
Sir, can we use the same therapy for addiction also?
Addiction. Yeah.
Addiction to cool drinks,
Yeah.
suppose.
Yeah, Durga Bhavani, it's a good question. You see, when you have a technique, what you can do, you have to modify it to suit the case. How to modify this technique to save a drug addict? Okay. And who is a drug addict? And who is a mentally ill person? Okay. Anybody who is not having mental balance is a ill person. Basically, you can classify them into the broad category of being selfish, egoistic, not caring about the family and anybody else in the world. They only care about themselves and they don't care about anybody else. Okay. Now, how to change this style? Okay. Supposing your car is filled with air. What is required? When you start traveling in a car which is more filled than what is required, the car will start jumping all the time. It will not go smoothly. So what is required is you have to release some quantity of the air from the tire. Okay. Similarly, these people are over gloated with selfishness, not caring about anybody in the world. Either they are going to commit suicide or they are the drug addicts. Okay. Their intention is to commit suicide. Drug addicts means it's ultimately they want to die. Okay. And they are selfish and they are heartless. They are not thankful to the parents, brothers, sisters, wife, or husband. Now, one of the things is like you release little bit of air from the tire. Okay, then the tire becomes normal. So the counteraction for such egoistic people is ask them to engage in some kind of charity. Some kind of charity. What are the charities available? The Puranas, they say about so many charities. Say, for example, Vastradhanam, okay, Swarnadhanam, Vidyadhanam, okay, Annadhanam, like that. There are about 11 dhanams. Ask them to give some food to the poor through their hands. That is where the compassion is injected into their heart. Give some clothes. Even used clothes can be donated to the poor people. You can take them to a slum and ask them to distribute some bathing soaps to the poor people there. And Annadhanam you can do, take them to a temple and ask them to donate some food to the visitors. Okay, like that. When they do like that, they understand there are people suffering more than them. And then their desire of instead of self-destruction, they start helping others, which is altruistic behavior. Then their attitude will completely change. There is a cognitive shift which happens by this kind of behavior. They may not give anything to the parents or brothers or sisters or friends, but ask them to give something to strangers who are less fortunate. Then they will be happy. Then they also understand, I am so lucky to be in a position to give than in a position to take, like those poor people. They are in a position to take money or food or anything, used clothes. But thank God, I'm having everything. So there is a shift in the perception of life. Life is there. Let me enjoy. Why spoil my life? Why go for divorce? Whatever behavior is a wrong behavior, ask them to slowly enter into pro-social behavior, helping behavior, and there will be a mental transformation. That is what is rational emotive therapy. It's also known as REBT. REBT is also rational emotive behavior therapy. So what I am suggesting is ask them to engage in the behavior of donating either used clothes or used chappals or furniture or whatever. Okay. We have a project in our club, Rotary Club, Coimbatore, D-Elite, of which I am a past president. We collect all the used material from our members and from neighbors. Okay, furniture, little bit of broken furniture, utensils, children's dresses and dolls, etc. And go and give it, go up the hill and give it to a tribal people. They are so happy. And the members come and give. They are also happy. They are blessed to be in a better position compared to the people who are the beneficiaries. So that improves the Rotary spirit. And their mental health is also improving like that. And the Rotarians are like that. They donate for polio plus or somebody who is in Afghanistan or Pakistan. Okay. So they care for the whole world and humanity. So one of the things is make them as a Rotarian. Ask them to contribute at least $10 for polio plus, which is only 840 rupees. Okay, which is matched doubly by Americans. Okay. So, and also social gathering is there, respectability is there, our leading personalities are in Rotary, and the social interaction improves. Otherwise, they'll be alone, isolated, naturally going to depression and suicide and drug addiction. They become respectable citizens. Ask them to dress well, move with people who are already smart, like doctors, engineers, chartered accountants, professors, like that. So this is also a type of therapy which you can introduce them to Rotary International. I have myself introduced many of my clients, and they are doing wonderfully well, contributing a lot to the Rotary and the world.
Not only, sir.
Yeah.
My name is Harisha, sir.
Harisha, yes, Harisha, tell me.
Sir, a child of 12 years, he's studying 7th class.
Okay.
My friend's son, sir, he's the only son, and
Okay.
frequently lying, frequently telling lies.
Okay.
He's a good student, he's a clever, intelligent, and everything is good, but he's frequently lying to his parents.
Okay. Okay.
Uh,
Now, what is the response of the parents when he is lying?
yes, they
They will,
are. They
they
bet him. First they have scolded and they bet, and slowly they have told him.
start hating the fellow.
Yes.
There is mutual hatred between the child and the parents. Yes.
Yes. Sir.
Okay. No,
But how can we change? Why
yeah,
he is lying? I don't.
don't try to analyze. Don't try to go to the root cause. I always suggest in behavior technology, it is like plastic surgery. What is plastic surgery? You cut and paste. Okay. You want to solve this problem. If you become analytical, like psychoanalytical reason, when it started, how it started, and all that, it is not going to help because it is already proven that psychoanalysis is not successful. Okay. Our Sigmund Freud, poor guy, at that point of time, he dabbled with thought process and did something wonderful. We learn many things from him, but at the same time, we should stop following psychoanalysis and instead of digging deep into the cause of, like you are asking why he is stealing, don't bother about that, but do something like this. When he tells a lie, ask him to tell a bigger lie. Okay, can you give a bigger lie? Ask him. Lie, lie more, lie larger. Can you give me a super lie? I asked one girl, young, smart girl from Isaac, okay, because she was unhappy with her husband, because she has been trained by her father. You see, one should not tell lie. That's a good principle. But the husband started telling a lie, a small thing. She became angry. You are lying. No, I won't live with you. Like that. She started quarreling. Then how to change her mind? Okay, there is a saying in Tamil. One Thiruvalluvar, 2000-year-old sage, has told, even a lie can be treated as a truth. Okay, I will say in Tamil and then translate it. பொய்மையும் வாய்மை உடைத்து குறைதீர்ந்த நன்மை உண்டாக பெறின். That means, even if you tell a lie for a good cause, then that is to be considered as a truth. To save somebody's life, you can tell a lie. Okay? For something better, you can tell a lie. Like that. So you ask the boy to tell a larger lie, super lie. Can you tell a super lie? I asked this girl who was very unhappy with her husband, who was told one small lie. She asked, where did you go? He said, no, I went to this place. But actually, he went to some other place. Then she later came to know, oh, you have told a lie. I don't like to live with you because my father has told lying is wrong. That is a big form like that. So, how to enlarge her mind, or she is having cognitive blockage with truth and life, truth and lie. So I told her, I gave her an assignment. Tell a super lie. Previous day evening, I told her, give a super lie. So overnight, she was thinking. In the morning, she came and said, now I will tell you a super lie. I said, come on, tell me. Every day morning, early morning, before the sunrise, I go to the beach of Vizag, and with a pot, I will take the sea water and pour it on the shore. And I will continue to do that till night, she said. And then I said, why are you doing like that? She said, I am trying to empty the Bay of Bengal. Is it a super lie? Can she do it throughout the day, morning till evening, sunrise to sunset? It's a super lie. This girl has created. So what happens is her mind feels funny to tell a lie. Earlier, when the husband tells a lie, chota lie, she is angry. But she is telling sabse bada lie. And she starts giggling. I also appreciate it. Wonderful. You have made such a wonderful super lie. All the best. You are a smart girl. Okay. So the allergy to the lie goes away. Okay. Husband say the wife is beautiful. But is it true? You tell me. If your husband tells the wife, you are so attractive, you are so beautiful, you are like an angel, is it a lie or true? It is both. It is a lie and it is a truth also. Because for him, she is beautiful. Okay?
Depends
Not to
on his
compare with others.
perception.
But all the girls accept that. When the husband says, your eyes are so beautiful, they start smiling. Okay? So we know what is truth and what is untruth. So it is relative. Truth and untruth is relative. Sri Krishna has told us many lies in order to do something good. Okay? He has saved the Pandavas by telling lies. Okay? He has even cheated Dharmaraj. Okay? So cheating is okay. Actually, cheating is going on in business. If you buy one chudidar, they will give you 5 extra chudidars. Okay. But they have already charged you for that single chudidar. Okay, that costs 20,000 rupees. And they will give you another 5 pieces, which are 2,000, 3,000, like that. Okay. So it is all in business. Business cheating is there. Business lying is there. And in jokes, what is a joke? Joke is full of lie. Okay. Then you start laughing. Otherwise, if there is no lie in the joke, you cannot laugh. Okay. So make the people to crack a joke, then their mind will accept the truth and falsehood, everything. That's what I would say.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Welcome. I would like Dr. Sudhakar Rao to say something about this hemisphericity and how to develop the blood to go more into equal amount to right and left. That is REVT. Rational emotive
Yes,
therapy
sir.
aims only
Yes,
at
sir. Am I
balancing
audible,
the
sir?
blood. Yes, please.
Sir, am I audible?
Yes, please.
Sir, am I audible, sir?
Yeah, audible. You are audible.
Thank you, sir. Condition, sir. Sir, I'm very happy you have given excellent explanation of this emotive therapy and the anatomical basis of emotions. As you said, there should be synchronization between the right hemisphere and left hemisphere.
Yes.
As you said, the left hemisphere, the functions so far known as mathematical calculation, arithmetic calculation, logic, and logical thinking, like that. And the right hemisphere is for creative imagination, like poetry and then scientific evaluations. And also the whole evolution in the scientific progress is because of right hemisphere. When there is synchronization, the logical thinking and then arithmetics and then the mathematics, everything, it will improve. There will be some meaning in it with the right hemispheres function and synchronization. And both these hemispheres are connected by corpus callosum. And actually, it is said during sleep, the information naturally gets transferred from one hemisphere to another hemisphere. So that is the greatest thing in nature. So what are good things in right hemisphere will be transferred to the left hemisphere, and the left hemisphere information will be transferred to the right hemisphere. So we are able to take correct decisions in the scientific field or even medical field or in the day-to-day life also. And as you said, the emotional behavior, emotions are mainly limbic system, the hypothalamus, and mainly anger, and then the aggressiveness, sexual behavior, and hunger also is there. But emotional behavior is mainly by limbic system, which is just beneath the corpus callosum, to both the hemispheres. And the whole thing is controlled by the hypothalamus. And also the hippocampus in the temporal lobe on both sides, they are mainly for the memory, and also they also participate in the emotional behavior. And actually in some epilepsies, we do the intraoperative electroencephalography, EEG, and then locate the disturbed area in the brain, and surgically they remove that part of the brain, and epilepsy completely disappears. So far, what we know is anatomically, right hemisphere in the evolution of the human being, all the evolved qualities like creative imagination, and then planning, then execution of action, all these things are the right hemisphere. And the left hemisphere, the arithmetical thinking, logical thinking, and speech also in the left hemisphere. The interhemispheric transfer is one thing they have known today by the corpus callosum. And actually, there is one surgery called corpus callosotomy. They make an incision in the corpus callosum so that in epilepsy, severe epilepsy, if it is transferred to whole brain. So they do this corpus callosotomy so that the epilepsy stops there only. It will not spread to the rest of the brain. So that surgery I have assisted also in Madras Medical College, and also Professor B. Ramamurthy in VHS Adyar. And now the epilepsy surgery is going on. So many things are coming out now. They have located the disturbed area in the temporal lobe and also some parts of the brain. The intraoperatively, they will locate the actual source disturbed area, and that part only they will remove, and the epilepsy disappears. So need not take the drugs afterwards. So still we don't know many functions of the brain. What we know today is very little about the brain. Right hemisphere functions and left hemisphere functions, interhemispheric transfer, and corpus callosum. And the emotional behavior is purely limbic system. And their hypothalamus is very important. And this so far we know that. In future we will know something more. But practically, what Ganesh sir said, by thought process itself, we can control, like that story he told about that Swamiji, and also his own personal experience and shown that blood donation. And that is very good, sir. By thought process itself, you are able to control this emotional behavior. In future, still we will know something better about the exact locations of the emotions in the brain. We know briefly about the different emotions in the brain. Still, we don't know completely, but we will know more about these emotions. Each emotion may be having one nucleus. Like anger will have one area, and sexual behavior will have one area. And still, we are not clear about those things. I think in future we will know more about it, and then we will be able to control them, just like epilepsy surgery. And we may do emotion surgery also in future. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Welcome, Professor Sudhakar Reddy garu. Now, anybody else is going to pose a case? Otherwise, I'll go with another couple of anecdotes.
Sir, one point, sir. This is Nalini.
Yes, yes.
Sir, what she told the problem of lying, that one, is it any chance that a neuro-linguistic program, sir, NLP, sometimes constructing the ideas, is there any, he wants to lie to others. In that way, now Sudhakar Reddy sir expressed about neurological problem like that, there are separate parts to say any the type of lying with others. Is there any chance of NLP, sir? Vedagiri Ganeshan, sir.
Yes, actually, there are many things which we can use. NLP also can be used. Okay, and cognitive behavior therapy can be used. Philosophy can be used, because the people are, when they think about emotionality, they are irrational. They are not in touch with reality. How to bring them in touch with reality is the major purpose. So many techniques can be used. So one such thing is a lady wants to go and commit suicide when Buddha was crossing a particular area. He called that lady, come here. Then she says, no, I won't come. Again he says, come here, then you can go. That is the catch. So she comes and he is asking, I'm curious, you want to commit suicide, I know. But can I know about why you want to commit suicide? Then she cries and says her husband was killed by waylaid by thieves, and all his properties stolen away. And her 11-year-old boy and a 2-year-old child were with them. And she has to leave the place, otherwise it's a wild area. And then there is a river was crossing. So she asked the boy, 11-year-old boy, wait here, I will go and leave the brother and come back. But he was afraid because there was a growling noise of animals, wild animals. So she tied the boy to a tree and took the little kid, 2-year-old kid, and swam across the river and left the child on the bank, of other bank, and came back to see the son. The son was taken away by a tiger and he is dead. Again she was crying, second shock, husband gone, son gone. She comes back and the river flood has risen and washed away the child also. Now she says, what is the purpose of living? Lost my husband, lost my son and the second son. So I want to die. Then Buddha says, yes, it is good that you die and you can go and commit suicide. Then she is shocked. Anybody would say, don't do it. But you are telling you seem to be a man of God and you are asking me to go and commit suicide. And he said, this is not the first time you are committing suicide. You have been committing suicide in your earlier births also. So if you go and commit suicide, you will get into next birth and you will run through the same mill. Okay, you will get married and then cross some river somewhere and lose your husband and 2 children. And again you are going to commit suicide. Then she said, I thought I am going to escape from this vicious cycle. But now you say again I will come back. Now, how to get out of this vicious cycle? He asked. And he said, better come along with me. So she followed. And she lived up to the age of 87, whereas Buddha passed away at the age of 35 or so. And she was going around various countries and preaching the principles of Buddhism. Okay. So one of the things is, if these people learn to wait and run through the mill, that will be better. So he has told in his own way, and things became better. Okay. To tell another story, I am telling these things because there were earlier behavior therapists like Buddha, okay, like sadhus, mullahs. They are already doing a great job. Okay. We should also find out the knack of telling, the storytelling. You see, a sadhu was going on a 21-day fasting near Benares and in the graveyard. Very strenuous fasting, no water, no food. And after 21 days, he came to the streets of Benares and he went to the outside of a house and he was lying down almost about to die. The house lady came and found him and asked the Vaidyas to come. The Vaidyas said, he cannot take food. If he takes food, he will vomit. So what you do is make curd rice, make it into a paste, apply it all over the body. It will get absorbed through the hair follicles. And then he will become all right. Then you give him coconut water, then milk, then porridge, etc. The fellow became all right. He was so happy. And that lady who saved him is a prostitute. So after coming to know, he said, Thank you very much. You have saved my life, and I have been a sadhu. Now I don't want to be a sadhu. I want to have sex with you. Give me food. Give me pleasure of sex. And that lady looked at him and said, "You are a sadhu. Okay. Since I gave you food, you have become my child. You are my son. I have been sinning, having sex with so many people, rich people, etc., and getting a lot of money and all that. But now you are my son. I cannot have sex with you. So I will call you as my son, and you call me as the mother." And she started stopping that prostitution and started giving donations. And there is one chowdhury there even now in Benares, where people come and feed. And she has accumulated a lot of wealth. Based on that wealth, even today, the chowdhury is going on. So there is a mental transformation. Okay, the man, the stranger, is considered the son because she gave life to the son boy by feeding, by taking care of him. So her life has changed. His life has also changed. He continued to be a sadhu and son of that lady and started taking care of his annadana in that particular area. So certain things happen naturally, and it can be happening by counseling also. It can be done like that.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Say, for example, a young man has raped his mother, okay, and then he was feeling guilty, and the mother is also feeling sad. She feels like committing suicide. Okay, it is not known to her husband. So all that you do is you tell the son, you touch the feet of your mother, okay, Sastanga Namaskaram, do it, and then tell mother, forgive me for the blunder I have done, and cry at her feet. Then the mother will say it is okay. She will forget, and there will be a transformation. It is a very simple activity of prostration and praying, repenting, and then he will not do it again. Okay. The mother can also forget it and need not convey it to her husband, who may become angry and kill the boy. Or she need not go and commit suicide. She may say, I feel like committing suicide. So what we can do is call the boy and say, fall at the feet of the mother and say, Mother, I have sinned. Kindly pardon me. Okay. Then she will pardon. And there is appeasement. And that can be also a rational behavior therapy. Okay. REBT, rational emotive behavior therapy. A son who is beating the parents, if he is made to fall at the feet of the parents and do Sastanga Namaskaram, he will not beat the parents. Which is as simple as that. You have to do it to believe it. And I have done it. Very simple behavioral prescriptions. Daily he has to do it. And he was doing it for about 2 weeks when he was admitted and treated in the clinic. He was branded as schizophrenic, aggressive, sometimes beating the father. Everything changed and he became all right. So we should not believe in the psychiatric prescriptions. Okay? If you believe there is no redemption, so you solve it from a different angle. That's what I would suggest. Okay. Any other question or observation?
Sir, Ganeshan sir,
Yes, please, Reddy Garu.
you see, as far as the lying aspects is concerned,
Yes.
I just attribute two attribute in the sense. One is
Yes.
lying behavior also genetically derived. Genetically
Yeah.
derived means I'm
Yeah.
quoting one example, one family. So
Yes.
one family means there are 4 brothers. They are at
Okay.
they are at Tirupati only.
Okay.
So I know them since more than 40 years. You know,
Okay.
even what the eldest brother speaks, he
Yeah.
pretends. And there are two types of people in a society. One fellow is trying to utilize the resources from other people. The other fellow just try to helping the society. See, this family,
Okay.
all the time they will be deriving help from others, and
Okay.
they are good at communication, and they are
Okay.
good at lying things. They are good at making others happy, and they are good at just what can I say? They praise
Okay.
before them, but when they are absent, they talk about all nonsense only. So
Okay.
that's
Okay.
what I can say that this lying aspect also is genetically derived. Number one. But coming to second thing, environmentally derived. See, what is this Harisha told? So one boy is lying. Lying in the sense, I can say that I can attribute that as psychologist because their parents are always lying. So naturally, the child is more prone to lie.
Okay.
So first of all,
Yeah.
instead of
Yeah.
giving therapy to the boy, first of all, we should give therapy to the parents.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But Bandura said,
Actually, the whole of humanity requires a training, not therapy. I would say training is required. So, how to train the parents? Okay. Whenever they tell a lie, please ask the parents. After telling a lie, in your mind, repeat the name of Narayana 3 times. Narayana, Narayana, Narayana. You can tell a lie, no problem. But after telling a lie, keep quiet. It is only a mental voice. Narayana, 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 without moving the lip. You tell any number of lie, but then repeat the name of Narayana. Okay? Then it creates a cognitive dissonance. Okay? Telling a lie is a sin, and repeating the name of Narayana is a punya. Okay? When you ask them to do it, just observe for half a day. Okay? Ask them to tell some imaginary lie, and then ask them to repeat the name of Narayana. They will start shedding tears for whatever nonsense they have done so far. They will go to Tirumala and beg before the Lord, kindly pardon us, remove all our sins. Hereafter we will start a clean slate. You can tell it to the parents. Okay, again it is training. So whatever I say is, I don't believe in genetics. It is a purva punya or whatever they call it. Okay, everything is changeable. Everything is trainable for the right way. Only thing you should not methodology. Okay, it happened to Vivekananda when he went abroad. So many girls were moving around him, and one of the attractive girls said, "Why not we get married?" Then Vivekananda asked, "Why you want to marry me? Because you are so attractive, you are so brilliant, and okay, so we can, when we get married, we'll get a child of the same type." He said, "What is the chance? We don't know. We may get a lousy child also, okay, and an arrogant child also. That is beyond our control. But what I suggest is, you call me son, I will call you mother. Okay, you are my mother from now onwards, and I am your son. The problem was solved." This is cognitive behavior therapy used by Vivekananda. Okay.
very good
The
example.
same thing can be done. Yes, yes. So people have been doing it. People have been doing it in the world, throughout the world. So many people have been doing it. Only thing we should learn to do it. And that is rational emotive therapy.
Very true.
Then anyone?
Yes.
Namaste, sir. Can I
Yes.
ask? Yeah.
Namaste, Shantishri.
Namaste, Dr. Shanti. Namaste, Govindra sir, everybody. Sir, I have a client who is the topper in IIT MTech he has done, and he's working as an officer in one of the central government organization. But
Okay.
he has two issues, sir. One is he performs very well, but when he wants to do the presentation, he just give it to his subordinate or a team person, and he doesn't come into limelight only on the pretext that if the officer who is preceding officer, whoever is, he might be rude and he might shout. With only that fear, he just never comes up. And eventually, over a period of time, the credit is taken away by his boss or somebody for his excellent work. That fear he's having. One more thing, he has fear of speaking to women, severe fear.
Okay.
Some complex. These two issues are there, sir. He was okay in IIT college, and when he was doing MTech also, he had female friends and all. He was okay, but when after joining job, he somehow started watching pornography, and suddenly he stopped. But he developed a guilt consciousness that why I have done this. From that moment, this has started. Like he cannot face women. He cannot speak freely with women. He's married and having family, and
Okay.
they are okay with it. These are the two issues, sir. Please guide me. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Yes, Dr. Subhashri, one thing, if we cannot face women, one simple exercise I will prescribe.
Yes, sir.
Ask him to sit before a mirror and ask him to look into his own eyes without winking for half an hour.
Okay, sir.
His eye will come into his control. It will not move away, right and left, up and down.
Okay, sir.
Half an hour per day for 1 week.
Okay, sir.
Then whenever he talks to women, ask him to look into their eyes and speak. And when he speaks, with looking into the eyes, let him keep a slight smile on his face.
Okay.
That will make him to be relaxed. That smile. Okay, this is one thing.
Yes, sir.
With regard to the boss criticizing or shouting and all that, let him stand before a mirror and give a lecture looking at himself and stop after one sentence. Then let him imagine that his senior is scolding him or criticizing him. Okay. Then ask him to shout at the top of the voice, "You bloody fool, stop talking."
Okay,
And
sir.
then continue with another sentence. Again, if there is a criticism, let him imagine the criticism and
Yes, sir.
say,
Yes.
"You
Yes.
do not know anything. Okay. Sit down there. I will tell you what it is." Like that. So he will go on presenting and he will imagine that the person is interfering and scolding, and he will shout him down, because when he shouts him down, there is more of courage related biochemicals released by the brain and the endocrine system into his blood.
Yes, sir.
His anxiety will disappear.
Okay, sir. Okay.
But when he goes to meet the boss, he will not shout like that. Okay?
Right.
So don't be afraid. He will shout and call him as a bloody fool. You
Okay.
won't do like that. He's going to do it only in the center where you are giving the therapy.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Sir. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.
The counter to anxiety is aggression,
Yes,
and
sir.
aggression cannot be shown in the real situation. So that is why it is given in a masked way in the clinic by the therapist. You will supervise and ask him to shout and scold and call all names to the After all, the senior is not such a horrible guy, but this man imagines him to be a horrible guy. Okay.
It's a childhood trauma also, sir. Parents constantly comparing, and those all things, as you said, let us not go into analysis. Yes, sir.
Let us not go backward.
Yes, sir.
No
Yes, sir.
analysis,
Yes,
only
sir.
plastic surgery. How
Yes,
to
sir.
repair it right now.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Got
No
it.
analysis, no X-rays, no scan. Simply patch up work. You do it, things will be all right.
Excellent, sir. Excellent. Thank you very much, sir. Good day, sir. Thanks.
Good day to you. Yes, Getsi is there ready, preparing to ask a question.
Yes, before one of our senior professors from our Venkateswara Institute from Home Science Department,
Yes.
Professor Anuradha Madam is with us.
Yes.
She also did psychology from our distance education.
Okay.
And very recent conference, physical conference, also she has promoted more than 10 students to our conference. So before giving, requesting Madam to speak, so
Yeah.
kindly give only one sentence. What is the difference between RET and REBT, sir? One fundamental difference. Kindly.
Yeah, please do.
Sir, I am asking you, what is the fundamental difference between RET and REBT?
Now, RET doesn't is rational emotive therapy changes the emotion, but it is easier to change the behavior.
Okay.
RABT is still better. Change the behavior and the emotion changes. Changing the emotion becomes little complex. Okay, so that is the difference.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Madam Anuradha Ganesha, sir, shall we conclude?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Getsi wants to say something, I think. If she has nothing to say, we will conclude.
Today's session was excellent, sir. I was like it was very nice, very good listening. Because the volume wasn't good, I couldn't switch on the video. I was keeping it in my ear and listening. It was wonderful, sir. I don't know, like I wish Reddy Garu continues with another just into this. There is another program with Vedagari Ganeshan, sir. I would be very happy. Plan
Yeah.
something soon, sir. After 10th.
Okay, it is there. Another 3 more things are there. Don't worry.
Wow, nice. Okay, I'm so happy.
We'll be interacting.
Definitely, sir. I want this to continue because it's very useful. Like the way you for us it's RBT, REBT and all is too big. It's a big word. CBT is very big, but you make it so easy, sir. It's like so relatable. It's very
Yes.
practical and it's like easy to listen to, easy to practice, and it's just you're making it so easy for us. I'm so happy about it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you all.
Yeah. Now Ramadevi is waiting to summarize.
Thanks to Getsi for ending
Thank you, sir.
very briefly. I thought you were giving a good lecture. Okay, Ramadevi.
No, sir.
Yes, so that was really a brilliant session today. So with so much of antidotes and so much of examples. So let us talking with about the brain. We have two hemispheres, left and right. So the left deals with the data, rationality, logic, arithmetic, which is needed for humans, and also the right hemisphere, which is deals with emotions, anger, anxiety, worry, sex, aggression, poetry, creativity, and scientific things. So both the synchronization of both the hemispheres are necessary for any human being to live a balance in life. So behaviors are controlled by the excess blood flow to the right hemisphere, which leads to the aggression and anxiety, and then loses the rationality by suppressing in the flow in the left hemisphere. So we lose the rationality like thinking and all, logical thinking. So which leads to anxiety or depression, and ultimately that leads to the person commits suicide. So there is a book called Anger: How to Live with It and Without It. So which gives a better understanding about the anger. So there is a case which sir has said. It's a man walking towards the river Brahmaputra, which was ferocious, to commit suicide. A sadhu who was observing intervenes and asks him to come here for a minute. So, the person was reluctant to come, but he just said that okay, just come for a minute. So by objecting for a 1 minute, he comes to their senses. So the sadhu calls him and asks him why you want to commit suicide, and all. So what do you need and everything. The man argues with him. So okay, he said, okay, come with me for a 1 minute. So he started thinking and asking angrily again, why you are disturbing me? So I know that you are in a you are going to commit suicide, but I heard about a king who is sick and who is on the deathbed and he needs some of the organs. So he said that, man, I don't care what other things people think about. Um, I'm least bothered about Raja and all. So he says that, okay, don't say that. Don't. Rajavaidya says that you can donate one eye, so for which you will get 10,000 gold coins or 1 lakh gold coins. And Raja also needs 8 teeth. So for each teeth you get these many coins. And also he needs one kidney, which by donating one kidney you'll get 50,000 coins. And Angman starts listening. Also, Sadhu also says that he has also bed sores. So if the skin of the young man was given, it will be grafted, and the Raja can, the king can live. So, and with each centimeter of the skin, for 2 centimeters of skin, you will be given certain amount. So the man becomes a little selfish and starts thinking, how much I get all in the total. So the sadhu says, so you can count by yourself. So after calculating, he says that, okay, let us go to the palace. So, but the sadhu objects, why you want to do that? By donating it, you all your parts, like if you will donate it, you will become a blind. By donating it, you will not be able to have that energy. By donating the skin, you will have that patches and everything, and you will become weak, and one day you will die. So, upon listening to that, the man turns back and says that why should I die without living my life? Becoming blind or donating my organs, become weak and lie. So I don't want to die. So I want to live a life to the fullest. So by this, I mean, the sadhu changes the attitudes from committing suicide to living a life. That means the change in from the right hemisphere to the left hemisphere. So shift, there is a cognitive shift in this. So the person understands that there is more power in living than just simply dying. So another case, a girl feeling very torturous and parents were treating very in a bad way and living with brother and all, and she wants to commit suicide. And so Ganeshan sir said, okay, come to let us go to a corporate hospital and donate all your organs, kidney for 10 lakhs. You will get the money and you can do whatever you want. Or if you don't want to spend that money, give that money to me. I will do the charity. So they, by saying that, the girl becomes angry. That means they become selfish, egoistic, and hate everybody. That hatred makes them feel that, okay, I don't want. There is no person who is with me. So the sir then took her to the university where there was a blood camp going on. So he asked him to watch him donating the blood. After observing she also asked to donate it. But when she went to the doctor for getting the details and all, she was denied because of being very weak and not eating for days. So after having a good food, after 2 months, she can donate blood. So she understood that by giving blood, she can save someone, not to the family members. The person has to donate to the outsiders or any other unknown person. So by giving it, she becomes an altruistic and pro-social behavior, and she started living her life by doing some charity. So with this, we are making by giving a pause for the person to commit any act, commit suicide, anything. In that 1 minute of time, we can make the change in the thinking, cognitive thinking. This can also be applied in addicted or alcoholic people, because here also people, those who are uh, those who want to commit suicide, they become more egoistic and heartless. They don't even try to care for the parents and all. So just like more air in the car tires makes the car jumps, we have to release the air so that it will balance on, it will go smoothly on this. So it is the counteraction for any selfish act or heartless act. It is better way is to engage them in some kind of charity, like doing some danam, like annadanam or vasadanam, vidyadanam, or any other things to the strangers and not to the family members. So with this altruistic behavior, there is a cognitive shift and perception changes, and the person learns that there is more happiness in giving rather than taking. So a 12-year-old boy of 7th class frequently lying, though he is a good student. So when it is necessary for the counselor to be a little creative. So ask the student or the boy to, whenever he tells a lie, ask him to tell a bigger lie or a super lie, a lie which is not possible. So as an example, a husband always started saying lie to his wife. So wife gets annoyed and he says that I don't want to live together. So she approaches that counselor and he says that, okay, you say super lie. So sometimes it is sometimes it is good to lie, which is considered as truth in saving the life of a person. There is a cognitive blockage in the person, in the lady, that always lying is bad. So we have to remove the blockage between the truth and lie. So the lie, what she said, the super lie is, she is going to empty the Bay of Bengal by bringing every day a pot of water from the river from morning till evening. Then started giggling. So by cracking a joke or cracking a lie, the people will understand that, okay, it is only a simple thing. It is not a bigger one which is really causing any damage to the relationship. So as per Sudhakar Reddy sir, so he says that when there is a synchronization between the hemisphere, right hemisphere and the left hemisphere, there is an improvement. So during the night, the part which connects the left and right hemisphere is corpus callosum. So during the sleep, there is an interhemisphere transfer that is which helps in the transfer between the both hemispheres, which is required for any person to understand things even more clearly. So the emotions, the behaviors are related to the limbic system controlled by hypothalamus. So he has also explained about the anatomy, how the right hemisphere is helpful in creativity, and also how a little surgery in the corpus callosum helps in stopping the epilepsy. So it is he has done a few surgeries relating to that. So when it is related to NLP, so we have to bring the person in touch to the reality. So Buddha, who says that calls the lady who was going to commit suicide. The reason what she says is she lost her husband and all her property. So she is going to commit suicide in the she wanted to live. She was going to cross the river. So she said that I will drop the second child who is younger by crossing the river. Meanwhile, she tied the elder son to the tree so that he won't go away anywhere. So by the time she comes back, the elder son was eaten away by the tiger and she lost the son. And there is a gush of water, so she lost the second son also. And all this made her to that there is no purpose of living in this world. So Buddha says, okay, you can do it. But she grew angry and she says, why? So the Buddha says that it was in the cycle where you are living and losing things. It is a life cycle, so you cannot change it. So with this, she realizes that, okay, I'm not the person. I'm living in the cycle. So there is much more I can do. So later she started spreading the Buddhism to all over the world, who she lived for 87 years, and whereas Buddha lost at the age of 35. So there was a sadhu who was doing a 20 days strenuous fasting. After 20 days, he was almost fainted. A lady who made him, who saved him by giving some food. So when he was vomiting, someone and said that they apply the curd rice paste all over the body. It will be absorbed by the pores of the skin, and later you can give some coconut water and food. By doing so, he was saved. So after that, the lady who saved was a prostitute. So Sadhu wanted to have sex with her, so but she denied, saying that when I saved your life, you became my son. So our relation is like son and mother. So and the Sadhu realizes what she said. Later, she started donating all the wealth what she has acquired with her profession. So, and there is another case. If any person who is beating or who is aggressive with his parents, ask the person to do Sastanga Namaskara on the feet of the parents and uh, ask for forgiveness. The parents will forgive it, but he has to do it regularly for a week or 2 weeks. So B.J. Reddy sir said that it could be some genetically derived and some are environmentally derived. So it is necessary for the parents to get trained. So after telling a lie, if the child tells a lie, ask the person or the parents, even the parents tells a lie, ask them to keep quiet for a while and then repeat the word Narayana for 3 times. So by doing so, there is a cognitive dissonance, and upon doing it, they start shedding the tears and realize what they have been doing it. So a person who is married and a topper in MTech and is a good position in the central government, but he has a problem of giving presentations and he's losing all the credit for what he has done, and it is going to the boss, and he also has the fear of talking to women because of watching porn and feeling guilty. So in case of talking to the woman, not feeling well to talk with the woman, ask the person to sit in front of the mirror, look into his own eyes without blinking for 1 hour every day for 1 week, without blinking, and by doing so, he can start talking with the women by looking only at into their eyes. So for giving presentations, it is better to start speaking in front of the mirror for 1 sentence, and then imagine that the boss is scolding or criticizing. Then the man has to start shouting at the top of the voice, saying that what nonsense are you talking, or yell at him. So by doing so, he has to read a couple of times till he finishes all the sentences what he has given. So by doing so, the courage chemicals will be released by the endocrinal system. So the antidote for the anxiety is the aggression. So that is all for today. And I thank you, Ganeshan sir, for giving such valuable antidotes from all the epics like Buddhism and Sadhu, and giving so many examples. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I request, I think I could have told in the beginning itself, but today many of the people left. But many people today, the total figure is 50 people. I'm really happy. There was a very good response from not only from our psychology students and some new students from different universities also joined. What I request the new students or newcomers or new participants, kindly keep your name, cell number, and from which university you did the psychology. Kindly just my number, or you give it to Anupama, or you give it to our repertoire Rama Devi. So very elaborative, and you have not left not even a single word what Ganesh sir told. Really, hats up to you. So, yeah, what I suggested tomorrow, yesterday's program, kindly keep it either today night or tomorrow.
Sure, sir, sure.
Through WhatsApp, because already people are asking me.
Sure, sir, I will.
Anyway, we are uploading it to YouTube also. So, thanks to our beloved Talaivar, our Ganesh sir. So, he is Drona, Bhishma, everything. He's a world-renowned trainer. I'm forced to tell whatever, anytime we are talking about Ganesh sir. He deserves such a beautiful comments from our WCOP, from our personal behalf. So, thank you very much, sir. Really.
Thank you, Professor Reddy.
Yeah, as guests is
and others.
Thank you.
Getsi Salman is a real psychologist. What I had in my mind, she reveals the intuition power is more for her. So actually with a giving gap, another 5 therapies I would like to connect with the gap. So she has a lot of intuition power. I think in the olden days also, on the Mundu Janma, she was a psychologist, I hope. Right. Okay. Anyway, thank you all the eminent psychologists, eminent participants. So thank you one and all. And tomorrow also we'll be seeing you by 6:30. Good day, good night.
Good night, sir. Good night.
Good night,
Thank you,
everybody.
sir. Good night, sir.
And